Hello everybody, welcome to my channel and to another video. As you already know, you already read the title. So today I'm gonna talk about the slider lock from victorinox, the slider lock mechanism that blocks the blade, so that way when you are working with the blade doesn't close it, doesn't close. But that's really rare that happens, but sometimes happens. But we're gonna talk about that, and I'm gonna give you some advices. Well, I'm gonna give you advice, a piece of advice, of course, on how to replace it and how to put it back. Because it's a pain on the bee to put this little dig head back to the knife. So we're gonna discuss some things, and this video might get longer, so I'm sorry for it, but you're gonna understand it, and maybe in the future you're gonna need this piece of advice that I'm gonna give you guys. So if you want to keep watching the video, I'll really appreciate it. And if not, well, it's your choice. And here on the internet, you can do whatever you want. Okay. So we're gonna proceed first on. I don't know if I think you might already saw it. The how little it's this little guy over here. The spring that pushes, that keeps in place the slider lock. Okay, this blocking system. um in case of you one day, if you open your knife, and in case if you lost it, okay, you lost this one, you can it's not easy to find it. It's not easy to found someone selling this type of springs, because they're really rare to break down. But in case you break it or you lost it, well, we're gonna I'm gonna that's where the advice comes in. Okay, because the springs on the scissors and on the pliers that came on our on the Swiss champs or other victorinox knives are a lead here, where the curve is, where the spring makes the U. It's the same. It's the same, and it's almost the same. Let's say thick. Well, no, wider, because thickness, it's the same thickness. Wider, it's almost the same. You can trim it a little bit, but it's almost the same. Okay. So in case you lost this little guy, or you just you break it down or lost it, well, you can get a spring for these things, and you can make a new one. You can make one. Okay, you just cut you just measure it a little bit, and you just cut it and make these curves, so that way you can fit it over here on the at the scale. Okay, of course. And why it had these like curves over here, it got these ones, so that way it doesn't, so the edges doesn't, so the ends doesn't touch the plastic, and so that way he can slide it. It can slide, because this one is gonna push it back and forward, so that way it can slide it, easily without any problem. So we can make that ends, we can bend it towards towards inside, so that way it doesn't stick, or I don't know how to pronounce it, but you understand me. Okay. So in case of that, like I say, you can use one of the springs from the scissors or for the pliers. If you got an extra one, you can make this little one from one of these. It's not a big deal. You just, you know, take your time and do your best. Okay, then next one. In order to put this little guy back, okay, always always pay attention how all the pieces came out from the knife, because it's really important to know how to put it back. I already learned it because I already fixed this one, fixed this knife, and this I put it back, and it was a pain. It was a pain in the bee. Believe it or not, it's really hard to keep this guy on the place. Okay, it's not easy. So like I say, you know, pay attention when you unmount these scales on this type of knives, on the 111 millimeters with the slider lock mechanism. Pay attention how do you took them out, so that way when you are ready to put it back and you are already dealing with this little guy, you don't forget and put it on the other way, because this little thing is really important, okay, to make it at once. All right, one thing that I'm gonna suggest to you to use it, because like I say, it's not easy to keep this guy on place. Okay, that's the way it has to go. Okay, then you slide it, then you slide your the plastic that, okay, right there. Okay, sometimes you can leave it like that, it stays like that sometimes, but if you're, you know, like you are trying to put it back, the scale to the knife, sometimes you are rubbing this little metal piece to the knife, you know, and sometimes you can move it and this guy came loose, and that's when it's a pain trying to put it back and keep this guy on place. Okay, it's not easy, but in case you're dealing with this little head, well, I recommend you to use this type of string that, you know, that we use at home, so we can fix our you know our clothes, that, you know, that rip it apart, so we can, you know, we can put it together. Okay, you can just get, like, you know, like a 6 inches of this type of string that we got at home. And why I suggesting this? Well, I suggesting this because that way you're gonna use this thing, you're gonna hold it around the scale. Okay, if you want to tighten it really good, you can tighten it, and you can see why. Okay, you can see why, because like I say, it's really hard to keep this guy on place. So that way you are holding this one as much as possible, so that way the spring doesn't move the plastic up. Okay, so I recommended this thing, so that way keeps this plastic in place. You can tighten it as much as good as tight as you want, so that way this thing stays on place. Okay, we're gonna I'm gonna try. Okay, I'm gonna try it to do that. But then, okay, one important thing that you have to keep in mind is that you cannot put the scale when the blade is close. You cannot do that, because it's not gonna help you. No, in no way. That's not gonna work for you. Okay, we have to keep the blade open in order to put this all this thing back to the knife. Why? Because that extra room, it's gonna help a lot, and it's gonna make to put the place on the slide lock back to the knife. It's gonna help you a lot, believe it or not. Like I say, you know, I already deal with this guy, So I know what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm gonna I'm going to I'm going to do that. Okay, we'll proceed with that. Okay, now hopefully you can see and you able to see it. Okay, I'm trying to, like I say, I don't, like, I already know how to do it. I don't need it tighted, like, really hard like I did in the beginning with the other one, because I already know how to do it. But like I say, in case of you are doing this by the first time, well, use this string to tie and hold the plastic at the inside. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see the plastic inside. Hopefully this freaking phone catches. Well, I don't know if you're gonna able to see it over there. Okay, I already got the scale in place. So, and why is really good this type of this string? Okay, because it's really thin. So that way, when you already got your scale and on the knife and everything, you are ready to push it. To do this thing. I already press it with my hands. So that way, look at, see, you just slide it out and there you have it. Okay, that's the good part of this type of strings, that it doesn't like it's really skinny or thin. You can slide it out from the scale. Okay, and that helps a lot to put this guy back. Okay, I just press it with my hands, like as you can see over here. You can do it, but if you got some type of some other, you do it first with your hands and then use like a press bench or something, or else the screw that do makes a lot of pressure, so you can put it back the whole thing. So that always helps a lot over here. So now we got our sliding lock on place, working really good. You can see it's already working. The spring didn't come out. Why? Didn't pop the plastic up or out, because I was holding it with the string, like I say. Okay, so that helps a lot. So we got that guy on place. Okay, do you see what I'm saying? That you see, keeping the blade open gives you a lot of room, so that way this guy can slide it in. You can slide this the whole thing in, and that's on be in your way, because that's the way you're gonna be. Because if you keep your blade close, once you are putting the scale back, you have to be pushing the slider lock back, so that way the metal blocking goes into the hole. Okay, so just keep in mind to keep the blade open once you are putting this back. Then you can close it and you can mount the other scale, so that way you don't, just in case, you can cut yourself off. But it's already working, it's already on place, doing his job. As I say, it's already good with my, I already put the whole thing by, press it, the scale onto these things by hand. So it's working good. Let's put the other scale back. Okay. I don't know if you can hear it. There we go. See? Like I say, if you dealing with this little guy, well, then Now you know how to replace it and put it back, or fix it, whatever you want to call it, or you want to do it. It's, it takes a little bit of time to figure it out, but it's nothing that you cannot do it. It's doable, which is good. So thanks for tuning, guys. I know it's a long video, but it's worth it. It's worth it to watch it all the way to the end, so that way you can learn how to put it back, this guy, just in case you cleaning your knife, and and you unmount the scales. Well, the spring on the slider lock, it's a pain in the ass to put it back, but hopefully with my advice you can do it on your own, and so you have an idea. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Like always, thanks for the support.